Welcome back to our Legends series where we take you inside the halls here at Melbourne Park. With me, Mark Philippoussis and Pat Rafter. And in 1998, these two fought it out in the US Open. So we're going to get an insight from both of you as to what Daniil Medvedev and Novak Djokovic, what are they going to be experiencing right now? One, the determined favourite, the king here at Melbourne Park. The other one wanting to win his first Grand Slam.
You go, mate.
Well, look, they're two guys. Djokovic has been there so many times. He knows what he has to do. He's looked incredible. I know there's been a little bit thing about an injury. I haven't seen it. He's running incredibly well. He's playing his normal game. He looks strong as ever. For him, he's just looking to take another crown, you know, to get one closer to Rafter and Fed and try and pass him. I know at the end of the day, I think he just wants to win every single kind of record out there, beat every record out there. He's an animal. And Medvedev, I mean, the guy's the closest thing they have to Djokovic. I think the way he plays, the way he moves, you know, for someone that takes it, he's the second best player in the world that takes it from off to defense to offense as fast.
Right.
He's just behind Djokovic, in my opinion, but with a better serve.
Yeah, I think you said that really well, Mark. It's the two best players in the world right now going at it. So you're Djokovic and Medvedev have definitely been the two informed players over the last 6 months. Who's going to win? I mean, it's anyone's guess. I think, you know, Medvedev is a real chance. It's the first time I've really looked at it and went, this guy can beat Novak. And watching that match last night, it just cemented the fact that the guy has Medvedev has very few areas you can get at him. You know, he said, got a good serve, returns, makes great returns, moves incredibly well. The one thing which is a real standout, which I've never seen before, is that he has no idea how to volley. It is remarkable. But he only had to hit 2 or 3 last night. You cannot hurt him. You know, to get him to the net is really tough because he can hurt you when he comes in because he's so quick that he'll rip a winner if you hit it too short.
The serve's obviously been a great weapon for the Russian. I mean, you know, you're a terrific server. But Novak Djokovic has sent down 100 aces in this tournament as well. So 3 points are available for them. But do you expect it to be a slugfest, or are we going to see some quick points exchanged between these two?
I think that Djokovic has improved his serve over the last few years, especially the first serve.
Right.
The second serve can get tight. I think they're both going to have an opportunity, especially Medvedev, where he should be looking to take advantage of the second serve, in my opinion. Of course, he's not going to come in, but at least step up a little bit and be aggressive. You know, Medvedev, he's just got a big flat serve. He takes advantage of that 6'6" frame, got a beautiful ball toss, high, gets up for it. You know, his second serve can be a little shaky, but I think a little more solid on Djokovic's side. As Pat said, I think it's anyone's game, and Medvedev definitely has a self-belief to know when he gets out there, he's going for the championship. He's not looking for a runner-up.
Andre Agassi used to say that people either have an off-season ahead of the Australian Open or a pre-season. And he said, come the second week in the hot days, you can tell who's done the pre-season work. It's Novak Djokovic that's played almost one extra game. He's been on court for 16 hours and 45 minutes, Medvedev for 12 hours and 20 minutes. Will that have an impact? He talked about Novak's potential injury. He's had what he calls a very curious lead up to this event as well. How much is that going to be an impact for Sunday night?
It won't be. Just besides the fact there's a 4-hour difference in that, these guys are too fit. But Novak's also had an extra day off.
Right.
So he played Thursday, so he's got Friday, Saturday off. So condition will not be a problem. That's enough time to recover. If you've sometimes only got the 2 days, which is most, you know, throughout the week, the 2 weeks generally speaking, you can really suffer from, you know, not getting, you know, your legs back after a big match. But he's had the extra day, he'll be fine. And his injury, as Mark said, wasn't there in the last match, and seems to be maybe a little bit tight on him in the early stages of a match, and then he seems to free up and gets going. So I expect Novak to be fully fit, and I expect Medvedev to play his game. And seriously, it is going, I really cannot tell you, but Medvedev's a real chance.
The stats out of the first and second semi over the last 10 years, 5 apiece. So the one that's won through on the first night, 5 times the winner has come from that semi. The one that's won through on the second time, 5 times. So it does have a sense of evening itself out. But head to head, at the moment, Medvedev has won 3 of the last 4. So he's going to go into it. He's also got a 20-match winning streak at the moment. The ATP Cup, the Russians were all over that as well. So that form and that mental ability to think, I'm super confident here. And he's already placed the pressure on Novak. He's already said the pressure's all on him. How do those mind games work? Do you deliberately get amongst those, or are they sometimes accidental?
I don't think percentage means much at a Grand Slam final. I don't think, to be honest. And the last 3 times I played was in best of 3, because beating Djokovic 3 out of the 4 in a best of 5 sets is completely different than playing that guy in 3. That guy in 5 sets would be, both of those guys would be annihilated. But Djokovic in 5 sets on this kind of surface, oh my God. 3, you can, even if you get tired, it's just 3, you hang in there. But best of 5 is a totally different thing. So reading into certain things like that, I'm not sure if I'd read into it too much.
No, but I definitely felt different if I was playing a Grand Slam final over a second round or a third round. The pressure, all of a sudden you're in there and you've got everything to lose now. And you've got, runner-up is no fun. Sometimes it feels better to come, semi-finals loss, because finals losing is awful. And all you want to do is think about that, and I know what it's like to lose. And it's a different feeling. You walk on the court, and this is what you've busted your guts for the last 2 weeks, or the last year, or last 10 years, to be here in this situation. And and I would be very surprised if Medvedev's not feeling that. He's going to have some angst about him, but he's definitely good enough to win.
What is that feeling like? I mean, you experienced when Pat beat you in '98. You experienced it when Goran won in 2001. Is it an unusual feeling when you've been to the pinnacle, you've been so close? What's that like in comparison to actually taking and lifting the trophy?
I can tell you how it feels to lose. I don't know how it feels to lift trophy. But look, it hurts, because as Pat said, for that 2 weeks, to win a Grand Slam, you got to win 7 best of 5 set matches. A lot of things have to, a little bit of luck along the way. A lot of things have to go right. As well, you got to take care of your thing, and sometimes maybe the draw would open up a little bit. That all helps. But you put a lot, as you said, a lot of work, and this is it. You're walking on the court. You feel the energy is different. The crowd senses it. They're waiting for you. You walk on, and it changes everything. And let's face it, you're proud, but you're not feeling proud at that moment, because it hurts. You're watching the other guy hold up the trophy, and it's not easy. It hurts. But of course, it's to be runner-up, you're proud, okay? Because it's a good achievement. But of course it hurts, because like you said, it's not just maybe the 2 weeks. It's the years and the years of going in. And it might be only one chance that you have it at this. You know what I mean? A Grand Slam. I think when you're so young and a little naive, thinking, I'll have another chance. When I lost to Pat, we were hurt. It was tough because I was playing Pat. We were doubles partners. We were teammates, and it was tough playing him. I was incredibly nervous going out, and it hurts. And then you're kind of like, oh, I'll have another chance. I'll have another chance. But when you're so young, it's not easy, getting the final of a Grand Slam, even if you've got these guys that are top 5 in the world and they're struggling to make finals of Grand Slams, because it's completely different. It's a different thing. So yeah, and no one remembers the runner-up. You don't see the names of the runner-up when you're walking down the hallway.
It's not on the Norman Brooks
unless they got it on the other side that the camera's not on.
It's not there. Your name is there though at the US Open. So compare and contrast that as a runner-up and as a winner. I mean, we're going to get some emotion in there.
Yeah, you will. But right now they're just thinking about winning, both these guys. But yeah, so my first 2, I just thought I was just going to keep winning them, and then my last 2 that I lost at Wimbledon. No, the feeling is bloody horrible.
Yeah.
And I didn't enjoy it one bit. In fact, if I wasn't there, if I could have hidden, I would have hidden and just gone away. I didn't enjoy it at all. And you go around with a smile on your face and you show it around and you go, oh, this is killing me. No fun. And Wimbledon was, the one title that is probably very special, especially to a lot of Australians. And Mark was in the finals there against Federer, I think 2003.
Yeah.
Yep. So he knows that feeling too, and it's no fun.
Well, Novak Djokovic has never felt that here. Every time he's got in the final, last 8 times, He's won it. He's now going for 9. He has literally owned Melbourne Park, a phenomenal record. Medvedev comes in though, as he's already said, with nothing to lose at all. Which position would you rather be in right now? Daniel Medvedev's or Novak Djokovic's?
Well, I'd love to have won 8 to go for my 9th. You know, you're like rolling in, it's just another day in the office.
Here's my backyard.
I think Medvedev does have, I think he's playing it off a little bit, trying to relax himself because he's, as Pat said, there's a lot on the line. He's got a lot to lose because he can win this.
Yep.
It's not like the guy's coming, he's 100 in the, 100 in the world and he's somehow managed to get himself in the final. This is a guy who won the London event in the end of the year. He's won Master Series events. He's lost in the final of a Grand Slam, the US Open.
Yep.
It's time for him to step up. And if he has to, he's got to beat these top guys. And now's the time to step up.
Yeah, well said, mate. Couldn't have said it better.
And can he step up? That's going to be the big question.
I think if he can just keep it pretty simple and not overanalyze it, I think he'll be okay. If he starts thinking about it too much and thinking about the consequences of losing or winning, probably is even harder, is what happens if I win this. Then he could start playing on his mind, his game might go off. He does have some fundamental flaws. We haven't seen him really pushed under pressure yet. His forehand looks shaky. It seems to work pretty well. But I know personally having a problem with your technique, under pressure it fails. And it really let me down in a couple of situations, my forehand. So you don't ever want to go in there with, big issues. So, if I just think of people who are clinically sound and someone like Mark on their ground strokes, forehand and backhand, you knew that when there was a big situation, if the guy missed, he was only going to miss by this much. But I'd get over an easy shot, and if I've got a fundamental flaw, which I remember at Wimbledon, which I choked on really badly, it hit the bottom of the net. It wasn't even close, and I was like, it didn't feel that bad. But that's the issue that you can face if you've got just some underlying issues with your technique. So it'll be interesting to see if that comes out.
Time now to put the Rafter name and the Philippoussis name on the line. Who's going to win it and how many sets?
I'm going to go with Djokovic, but I'm going to go with 4 sets, Djokovic.
So you think the Russian gets one off him, but then the Joker settles again?
Yes.
Pat?
I think if Joker wins, he's going to 5, and I think Medvedev in 5. I think he's going to 5, but I just want to say something different all the time, and then you go, look, Rafter got it right. It wasn't being predictable. So I always try and go out on a limb. I never get it right though. So I just think that it's probably Medvedev's time, and I'm going to put it out there. If I had to put $5 on it, I'd put it on Medvedev, but to me it's 50-50.
All right, we'll wait and see how it unfolds. That is a big part, obviously, of the Legends series, and these two have taken you inside the minds, not only the hallways here at Melbourne Park as well. 2 champions that have been a part of it, Pat Rafter and Mark Philippoussis, and we'll wait and see who our winner is Sunday night here at Melbourne Park.